welcome in to the Sad Fan, where we talk about the good, the bad, and everything that made you sad from last week. And we are coming to you a little bit late, but if you follow us on the socials, you know I put out a notice that this week's episode will be coming out Friday, just in time for your sports weekend and just after the Thursday night game. Unfortunately, we're not going to have a full breakdown of Jets-Patriots here because we were recording just before that game plays out. But what we will talk about, what I really want to get to, Wes, what I wanted to get to for a while. Like, I'm a traveler, right? I travel for work all the time.
Every once in a while, yeah.
I just noticed something, and it's been bothering me. It's been getting to me. And that is, whenever you use the restroom in an airport, like you have no Wi-Fi and there's no data in here. And I was sitting here thinking about, does this irritate anyone else? And then I started thinking, you know what this is probably for? This is probably because they don't want anyone to go lay down in the bathroom or whatever, or stay on the toilet forever while they're waiting for their flight. So they just have no Wi-Fi. Or they have a dampener in the restroom. Do you ever think about this? Are these the thoughts that cross your mind when you're traveling?
I mean, I don't know what kind of airports you're in, but I feel like the ones I'm in, I'm usually able to dick around on my phone while I'm taking a dump.
Yeah, but see, you're being conned. You're just using the previous loaded data because you're probably on Reddit or a Facebook or a Twitter or something, right?
I feel like it has no problem loading. I don't know. Maybe it's just the European airports, but
this started in USA, man.
In the toilets.
This started in USA. It started in USA. I started noticing, actually probably SeaTac as you sit there and talk. I was using the restroom, but I was like, okay, listen. Next time you go, when you fly out, and I know you're going on vacation, I need you to sit down and be like, and look at the LTE signal, and I want you to go to a video that you have not already watched. It can't be one you've already watched.
Bro, we're on 5G here in the States.
Pardon me, Wi-Fi is what I meant. But I want you to go to a video you haven't already downloaded, you haven't watched, all right? And try to watch that video or try to download it. And then look at how slow it is. You're going to have or even just look at the Wi-Fi signal and see, do you have full Wi-Fi? Because sometimes I don't even say it'll have 3 bars of Wi-Fi, and there won't be anything there. And I think it's a conspiracy, and I think we need to call out the airports. Stop blocking the Wi-Fi in the airport bathrooms. I think it's a little ridiculous that you're not allowing people to sit in peace while they're using the restroom.
I think you need to be in the loony bin, bro.
You know why? Why?
They're coming to get us.
I'm telling you it's real, man. I'm telling you. It's a very real experience.
I've never encountered this. I'll look for it, but I'll look for it tomorrow.
It could be my phone. My phone's a bit old. But I'm telling you, I've had this issue for 3 or 4 years now where I'm like, come on. What is going on here? Why is there no Wi-Fi in the restroom? This doesn't make any sense.
Also doesn't have the best Wi-Fi.
I'm not just talking about Greece. I'm talking about universally all around. I could be flying out of London Heathrow. I could be flying out of London Stansted. Could be in Germany. Could be in America. Could be in D.C. Could be in San Antonio, El Paso, Denver. It doesn't matter. It's everywhere you go. They dampen the Wi-Fi.
Okay, Kyrie.
I'm telling you, they dampen the Wi-Fi in all airports. You know who wishes his Wi-Fi was dampened, though, over the week or over this last week? Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe went live, and to quote him on the Chad Ochocinco podcast, doing what healthy men do. Right?
There's nothing wrong with what he was doing, but come on, man. How are you on Instagram Live at that point?
Is there a more boomer thing to do than to go live while you're having sex?
How would your Instagram Live get hacked?
Yeah, and just turn on while you're having sex at that perfect time.
Yeah.
At the most perfect time. Shannon wanted to show he still had it, I think is what's going on there. Shannon wants you all to know Shannon still got it.
So here's the thing. I think he meant to record it, and he accidentally went live.
And threw the phone and just gave up because he's old.
Yeah. I think he was trying to record him hitting it.
So everyone knows what happens at this point. Shannon Sharpe went on Instagram Live while having sex while being intimate. And I really want to know, Wes, what is the worst time? Is that the worst time you could go live on Instagram? Is there a worse time you could think of?
Probably when you're just doing it by yourself. That's the most embarrassing.
I was thinking about our previous conversation a couple minutes ago, like when you're like just looking at random stuff on your phone and you're using the bathroom, and you're just sitting there, and you got a little vein popping out in your head.
Rather than when you're just doing it by yourself and someone's looking at your face.
I love it. Little office space. I'm with you though. I don't blame Shannon Sharpe. I do think I don't know that he's ever looked older than in that moment. And then to immediately come out because you're scared and say that you were hacked is kind of a funny move. Like, you weren't hacked, man. Come on. This is not a hacked thing. As you said, who's going to hack you and just turn your phone on to Instagram Live just to see what you're up to? So it is a boomer moment. But we've got a Gen Zer we've got to talk about who hit the bench, and he's a number 1 pick in Bryce Young. I think it's too soon, man. Like, he's looked bad, but he's had one. They fired his coach right away in Frank Reich, right? Last season, immediately.
Frank Reich was a garbage coach anyways.
Well, we don't know that because he never got a shot, and he was okay with the Colts, man. He did pretty well with the Colts, and he was only the coach of that team for a couple games before they fired him, 4 games? And now, with Dave Canales, they've literally benched him 3 games on game 3, 2 games into the season. And I just think they're not giving him a fair shot.
I agree. It is pretty quick. He hasn't been playing well, but he's also not the only number 1 pick on a cat team that's playing like trash.
I want to stick to Bryce Young. And I want to think, are the Panthers just a crap organization, Wes? Like, are they just a bad organization at this point?
I think so, yeah. I mean, they had moments of being really good, but they've been trash for like the last 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah, and I think they may have, it's since David Tepper has owned them, right?
Yeah.
It may start from the top, right? You got to cut off the head of the snake in order to kill whatever it is you're wrestling and fighting with. And it seems like he's just a bad owner. Like, is he the new Jerry Jones where he can't get his hands out of things? He can't stop meddling.
Probably. I mean, but doesn't every owner meddle, I feel like?
I don't know, man. I think a lot of owners are hands off. Like, I don't think I don't think the Hunts meddle. I don't think the Hunts meddle. I think that's why they've let Andy Reid have the reins of that team. And I think that's why that team is so good, is because they've let the coach, they've let the GM be the GM, and they put together an awesome team in Kansas City that's honestly unstoppable. And I think the Panthers don't know that yet, or they haven't figured it out. And they don't have anyone around him. Adam Thielen is at the end of his career. Their Chuba Hubbard is just okay at running back. Like, I think he could be really good. The defense is all gone. Like, it is not the Carolina Panthers defense of the past. They let Brian Burns go way too young.
It's a bad team, and they're probably going to have top 5 pick again this year.
Yeah, I would not be shocked or surprised. And it had to hurt to watch the Bears use their pick to get Caleb Williams, who also doesn't look too good to start the season. Go ahead, Wes.
Well, so they're benching him in favor of the Red Rocket.
The Red Rifle. Red Rifle. The Red Rocket is something different.
I don't know what you're talking about. So I don't think he's going to be any better, and I think they're going to go back to Bryce Young in like a week or 2.
So you think it's just a little break for Bryce Young, and trying to get his head straight, trying to teach him to read defenses, because that seems to be what he's had the most trouble with.
Yeah, I mean, Andy Dalton, he's not great, but he's also a vet. Like, he's been around for a while, so.
I don't know if he has the arm, man. I don't know if he still has the arm to play.
Not.
Yeah, I think that arm might be shot on Andy Dalton. I think it might be over for him. But Andy Dalton's old team is struggling. The Bengals are struggling. And I got to know, did you think it was a pass interference against Kansas City to end that game?
I don't think so. It was,
man, you and I just don't like to agree on pass interference calls, because I did watch the the all 22 broadcast, I want to say is what it's called, and he gets there pretty early, I think.
Well, I didn't watch all those views, so I'm not too sure, but it was definitely ticky-tack in my opinion, but I don't think I would have called it.
You're pro offense. I think you're pro defense. I think you want the defense, especially in the clutch moments. You are pro let them play. Let's let the players decide the game.
Absolutely. Unless it's like absolutely like obvious. I mean, or not
there
even
are a lot of memes.
But like, come on. Like, ticky-tack bullshit doesn't need to be called at the end of the game.
There are some funny memes, though, that come out from all of this. And a lot of them are the refs coming in to save the day, whatever the Chiefs need to come back. Chiefs fail on fourth and short. Hold on. And it's like a ref throwing the flag like right away, right after they fail. So there are a lot of good things that come out of this. But I don't know. I think anytime a team is great, like, didn't we all feel this way about the Patriots too? We felt like the refs favored the Patriots. We felt like the Patriots got favorable calls.
Did. And they absolutely favored the Chiefs. It's garbage, and I'm sick of it.
So you do think the refs favor the best teams in the NFL?
Slobbing on Mahomes.
That's it? That's what it is? They're obsessed with Mahomes. They need to get him back to the playoffs?
Just like we were with Tom Brady.
Well, you did say you're worried about a team making it back to the playoffs this year, and that's the Baltimore Ravens. Now, here's where I'm at. Most of the audience that has been with us for a few years knows I am a diehard Raiders fan, and this is the first year where I'm just totally indifferent. I'm like, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. We've got Gardner Minshew at quarterback.
Right.
What's that?
They finally broke your spirit.
No, it's just I think Jack Jones is a good cornerback. I think Max Crosby is one of the best defensive ends in the NFL. I think Christian Wilkins is great. One of the most athletic defensive tackles. I was so happy when they locked him up. But like Spillane, like, do I think he's a great linebacker? No. Divine Diablo, do I think he's a great linebacker? No. I think they're mediocre. They're okay. I don't like their safeties. Like Trevon Morig, however you pronounce his last name, Epps. Like, I'm confused, right? I know the defensive front of the Raiders is all world, especially when Malcolm Kuntz is healthy.
All world.
They are. Their defensive front is amazing. They're great. Like Max Crosby he's a top 10 player in the NFL. He is so good. But
the Raiders are a good team, but it sucks that you're in a really tough division with the Chargers and the Chiefs.
It does. It does suck. And the offense is questionable.
It's going to be even worse.
We're not talking about the Broncos yet, but Bo Nix has sucked, just like Fry said he would. Fry's been wrong about one quarterback. He's been wrong about one quarterback, and you know who that quarterback is. And I have eaten it. I've eaten my crow, okay? C.J. Stroud's really good. I was wrong. And that was based on years and years and years of Ohio State quarterback research, all right? I thought he would go with the rest of them, but he's very good. He's a very good quarterback. But we look at that offense, and Brock Bowers looks just unreal at tight end. Like, he does look like he can be the next Gronkowski or the next Travis Kelce. Like, he looks so good. He saved them.
I mean, Brock Bowers is a monster. I think we all know that. And he's gonna have a really good connection with Gardner Minshew.
He has so far. He hasn't needed Devontae Adams.
Maybe this is Gardner Minshew's place to shine, the Raiders. I mean, I feel like he's born to be a Raider. Look at him.
He does have the Raiders style. Like, the first Raiders quarterback that I can absolutely remember, it's not Maravich. It is Maravich, pardon me, the Robo QB. It's honestly like the one that I can remember watching as a little kid, right? Because I'm an 88 baby. But the one I could I absolutely recall, Jeff Hostetler. Do you remember Jeff Hostetler?
I do not.
I think you need to. Well, I'm looking about this. That's okay. I'm talking about this really quick about how I agree with you with Gardner Minshew. Look up a picture of Jeff Hostetler. And this is why I think you might be right. Like, if you think about Kenny Stabler, Darryl LaMonica, Jim Plunkett, like, Gardner Minshew might be born to be a Raiders quarterback.
Right.
And you know Jeff Hostetler's story, right?
No.
He came in for the injured Phil Simms and won the Super Bowl against the Buffalo Bills for the New York Giants. So he was also a backup quarterback that the Raiders took and made a starting quarterback for a couple years. Now, was he good? No, Jeff Hostetler was not good, but he was the Raiders quarterback for a few years there. I remember backup Jim Everett as well. So you might be right. But, Wes, you had more to say about the Baltimore Ravens when we were talking in pre-production. So tell me about why you're worried about the Baltimore Ravens.
I don't think I'm not sure they're going to make the playoffs this year. They look drastically worse than last year. Lamar does not look very good at all. It looks like he's taking a step back. And I don't think they have what it takes this year. They're not going to the Super Bowl. They might squeak into the wild card, but I worry for them right now.
I think Lamar's looks fine. I do. I think he looks the same as he looked last year, to be honest. He doesn't really play hero ball too often. And when he does, it was the wrong team to do it against because Max Crosby had that offensive line's number this week.
Like, I want to believe in them because, like, they still have a lot of pieces from last year. But I just don't see them making an impact.
Okay. What about the 49ers? Do you still believe in the 49ers now that Christian McCaffrey's...
I mean, I've never believed in the 49ers. I think they're trash. They're a trash organization, and I hope Brock Purdy sucks for the rest of his life. They had a bump. They had a bump in the road.
Personal feelings aside, do you think that Brock Purdy is going to be okay with...
Yeah, he's going to be fine because they're going to haunt my freaking dreams. They're going to give me nightmares, and they're going to piss me off all season long. We're probably going to lose both games to the 49ers because that's usually what happens. And
he's a Seahawks fan. For the audience that doesn't know Wes's allegiances, he's a Seahawks fan, and that's what he's saying when he says we are probably going to lose.
I mean, I wish nothing more than for that whole organization just to fall into the ocean. But I don't think that's going to happen. And I think they're going to be just fine after the L they took.
Brock has not been good when he has star players out. And he has Christian McCaffrey out on IR. He now has Deebo Samuel out on IR. He's just working with Brandon Ayuk, who has not been good since his contract standoff. He's working with George Kittle. Like, that's the definition of why you don't pay somebody. Like, Brandon Ayuk is the reason right now. Kittle is a beast.
Well,
Kittle is a beast.
How long is Deebo out?
4 weeks, IR.
And Christian is week to week, isn't he?
IR, 4 weeks.
I'm telling you, though, once those two guys come back, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Because they lost to the Sam Darnold-led Vikings. And you know what Sam Darnold yelled after he won that game?
McCaffrey is scary. I've seen a fresh McCaffrey. I've seen him run the ball up our asses. It's not fun. I've been intimidated by his fantasy team, okay? I've literally played a perfect game in fantasy, and the other team played trash, except they had McCaffrey. McCaffrey went off for like 300 yards and 4 touchdowns, and I lost.
You've got a lot of PTSD when it comes to the 49ers, it seems. And we're gonna tell you, did you hear what Darnold said after he won that game? What he yelled?
No idea.
He yelled, "You never should have cut me," to the 49ers when he won with the Vikings. And I'm like, okay, man. First of all, stop. You've had a lot of chances in a lot of places. Yeah, you're not good.
Trash. You sucked at the Jets, sucked at the 49ers. You suck.
Panthers. Remember he was with the Panthers for a little while?
First game he ever won.
And he did have a 97-yard pass to Justin Jefferson, though. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was Justin Jefferson, though. That was not Sam Darnold.
Great. Justin Jefferson is great. He can make. I think he's like. Remember Calvin Johnson? Yeah, he had Matthew Stafford, but I have a feeling Calvin Johnson could have made any quarterback look amazing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's Justin Jefferson. He like Andre Johnson. Andre Johnson made Matt Schwab's career. All right, Matt Schwab. I made him an investment firm.
Schwab.
But Matt Schwab's career. Okay, and you know who needs to start making somebody's career? DJ Moore. Yeah, DJ Moore needs to stop complaining and crying about not having Justin Fields anymore on the Bears and start being there for Caleb Williams. Because right now, DJ Moore is the star receiver on that team, and he got paid like it, and he needs to be there for Caleb Williams because Caleb Williams is struggling.
Again, I mean, it's week 2. I'm going to give all the rookie quarterbacks the benefit of the doubt. If I'm going to give Bo Nix the benefit of the doubt, I got to give Caleb Williams the benefit of the doubt. It's week 2. They're rookies. I'm not going to trash them.
I'm thinking I was right. I think he is at his ceiling, he is Kyler Murray.
But the Bears suck.
No, the Bears have a great offense, man. They have a great offense. Cole Kmet is their tight end. They've got DJ Moore. They drafted Rome Odunze. They've got Khalil Herbert. Like, they've got a really good team around him. And the defense is the Chicago defense. Like, the defense is the only reason they've been in games. This is a coaching issue and a Caleb Williams issue.
I don't think the defense is all that good.
I mean, look at their games. Look at their scores. Look at what their defense has been able to do. Their defense is what's keeping them in the game.
If he can find that magic that he had at USC, he's going to be just fine. I mean, he had some really stunning plays.
I think that magic was called Lincoln Riley. Anyway,
really,
Marvin Harris Jr. Yes, I've told you guys this from the beginning. I have not liked Caleb Williams.
Lincoln Riley's that great.
Like, everybody obsesses when people make big throws. It's the same thing with Shedeur Sanders, and I'm like, I just don't see this being translatable. And I was wrong about C.J. Stroud, but that's it. That's the only one I've been wrong about. When I said they were going to be good, they've been good. When I said they're going to be bad, they've been bad. Like, I didn't like Anthony Richardson out of Florida. He has a rocket arm, but he's not a winner. He started, like, I think 7 games since his senior year in high school. Okay? He didn't win that quarterback job. He's always hurt. Like, there's a lot of reasons why I think what I think. I watch film and I try to see how they read defenses. If they can't read a defense, I'm out right away. What's that?
I said, okay, Coach Fry.
No, if they can't read a defense,
forever game.
No, the first thing I look at, Wes, is if they can read a defense. I'm looking to see, can this quarterback actually read a defense? If they can read a defense, if it doesn't appear to be heavy coaching, I give them a shot. Then I look at arm talent. Do they have the arm talent to make all the throws?
Should be a scout.
The reason I didn't like C.J. Stroud is because I didn't think he was the one reading the defenses. I thought it was Ryan Day. I thought it was the offensive coordinator reading those defenses. And I knew he had arm talent. I knew he was athletic. But no, he is reading the defense. I was wrong. He is an intelligent football player. He has the talent to back that up. But Marvin Harrison Jr. Was this a coming out party or was it a blip on the radar for Marvin Harrison Jr.?
I mean, coming out party, duh. Dude's gonna be.
He said it so obviously.
Dude's gonna be electric, man. I mean,
you love that against the Rams. You love seeing your rivals beat up on each other, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, he's going to be their Larry Fitzgerald.
Maybe, man. Maybe. He doesn't seem to be the fastest, but he has a knack for getting open.
He does. And he has really good hands.
Yeah. I mean, he caught everything, and he can keep those feet in bounds. He has great feet. Marvin Harrison Jr. has great feet. Like, if you watch his footwork, it's phenomenal.
That sounded really awful. He has great feet. Have you seen his feet, bro?
We're not talking about his foot picks, Wes. I know those are your favorite thing. But what we're talking about is the way he's able to the way he's able to work the sideline, the way he's able to keep his feet in bounds when he is on the sidelines, when he's in the back of the end zone, when he's running routes. If you watch his footwork, that's what's going to throw off the defender because the defender is watching the hips, right? And Marvin Harrison Jr.'s footwork is so good.
No, he's quick and he's jukey. He's got agility, and he's gonna light up defenses. I'm scared. I'm scared when we play the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's a good one. And you guys don't have the defense you've had in the past. Now I've been riding with Seattle's defense because it has been good, but the Legion of Boom is no more. There is no more Legion of Boom.
No, that's gone. Unfortunately.
All right. Well, Tua Tagovailoa, is he gone?
He took the Legion of Boom.
Not really. He tried to deliver it. Did you watch that hit where he got concussed? It was him. He tried to deliver a hit to someone that had died on the field 2 years ago. And
it was
it was Damar Hamlin.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Damn.
And he delivered the hit and went concussed. And I'm thinking, is this the end for Tua?
Response in his hands. As soon as I saw that, I was like, dude. Like, I hope it is. I don't know if his pride's going to get the better of him, but I hope it's the end. I mean, dude's had 3 concussions, probably more, that were undiagnosed.
He announced he's not going to retire.
Concussions.
He announced he's not going to retire.
Dude, I think it's silly. I mean, he needs to think of his future, but I mean, hopefully he's been smart with his money.
Well, he just got a big contract in the offseason. He did. He got a lot of guaranteed money, and who knows what happens with that money if he has to retire.
I mean, it's sad seeing a player with his talent just kind of struggle like he has with concussions and brain injuries.
It's a different version of your body betraying you, right?
Yeah.
It is. It's a different version of your body betraying you. His body appears to be betraying him. And you're seeing it in live. You're seeing it in person, what's going on. And it's sad.
Just slide, bro.
I'm with you. Why did you not slide? And the truth is, he didn't know where he was on the field. He didn't know he'd already passed the first down marker. There's no yellow line on the field that tells him that. And he was fighting, trying to rally his team in a game that the Buffalo Bills were destroying them. And that was a game we were all excited about, Bills Dolphins.
Really fast. I was really looking forward to that game. And I was like, I looked away and Bills had like 2 more touchdowns. I was like, what happened?
Yeah, right. It was over so quickly. No, it's Ron Burgundy. That escalated quickly. But we sit here and those I do think with a healthy Tua, the Dolphins can compete. Like the Dolphins have a really fun team around Tua, but it doesn't look like Tua's going to be there.
I mean, last year they were so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
But
One of the most fun teams to watch. And you know what else? Like I have a soft spot in my heart for the Jags, for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They were also a fun team to watch last year. And this year it looks like they're going to start off 0-3. So do you think, though, what I said earlier, do you think the Jags are about to go 0-3?
yeah, Jags are trash.
So is that it in that division? It's not going to be.
Hasn't been benched. If they bench Bryce Young, I'm surprised Trevor Lawrence hasn't been benched.
They can't bench him after they paid him this much money. He is like the second highest paid quarterback in the NFL.
Dumb. He has done nothing to deserve it.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I can't argue with you. And when he looks good, he looks really good, right? But when he looks bad, God, does he look bad. Like he misses wide open receivers and everything.
It's insane how many similarities there are with the Panthers and the Jags right now.
Yeah, the two teams that came out in the same year, right?
Yeah.
But I think that might be, if they lose this game, if they can't beat the Buffalo Bills, this might be the end of the season for the Jacksonville Jags. It might just go into reload mode.
I mean, I think they already are.
And there's no Neighbors and no Marvin
they're in permanent
Harrison Jr. mode. Yeah, they are in permanent rebuild mode. They are. I agree with you. You know who isn't anymore? The Oregon Ducks might have shook off the stake.
Dude, I told you they would. I kept telling you, okay? I said they just got to take a few weeks to get into it. And you know what? It clicked against the Beavers. They were a machine, a well-oiled machine, okay?
What's that rivalry called?
Run protection. They finally had quarterback protection. Dylan Gabriel showed up. He showed out. And the defense was great. The defense was stopping them everywhere. And we had a lot of big plays. We had
what's that rivalry called?
The Civil War. I don't care what everyone else calls it. It's the Civil War.
Never going to call it anything different. Growing up in Oregon, it's different. It is the Civil War forever. But
absolutely.
Yeah, what was it? 49-24?
49-14, I think.
49-14. Yeah, I mean Oregon looked good. Dylan Gabriel looked good again. I think Lanning is a good coach, and I think he will find a way.
Yeah. I think for whatever reason, this year just started off really slow. I don't know. I maybe that's to be expected. Lots of times when you don't have as much continuity in the day of the transfer portal.
Yeah, it introduces a new dynamic, right?
Yeah.
And I think teams are going to have to learn how to work with that as the transfer portal becomes more prevalent.
You're going to have fifth-year seniors that haven't played a single down with your team.
Yeah, look what's going on with Florida State. Look what's going on with Florida State right now. They're bad.
They're so bad.
It's not even watchable football at this point. It's just bad. It just looks bad. Notre Dame also had a coming out party, had a comeback party.
I mean, they lost to Memphis, Boston College, and Georgia Tech. I mean,
Florida State.
Yeah, they're 0-3 against bad teams. They're making bad teams look good.
Boston College was rated for a little while. They were ranked for a little while. They lost to Missouri, too. Missouri appears to be a pretty good team. But outside of that, you're absolutely right. Like, they have looked really bad.
I only see them winning, like, 2 games this year with the way they've played.
Florida State?
Yeah, like, they have a chance against – I don't think they beat Cal.
Cal, man. Cal's social media has been funny. Cal's
doing pretty good this year.
Did you see how you'll never defeat the woke mob or something like that? Or woke Walker Coliseum is what they called Toke Walker Coliseum. Yeah, like Cal's social media has been on fire.
I haven't seen that. Now I have to check out.
Yeah, they have been on fire, and they've been good.
It might be they'll probably be Charleston Southern. And then I think between SMU, Florida, and Cal, they might get one of those. But that's it.
Florida might be just as bad as they are.
Yeah, Florida's pretty bad. And Billy Napier's is going to be fired.
Yeah.
They're already gathering money from the donors to fire his ass.
Of course. They're done with this. And that's a fan base that does not put up with losing.
No.
And neither does Texas. And it doesn't look like they're going to be losing for a while. Because when Quinn Ewers went down, Arch Manning came in, and boys got wheels.
Yeah, he does. He's a Manning. What'd you expect, man?
Well, I expected not to run like that. That's for sure. I didn't expect him to have wheels like that. Mannings, according to Wes, Manning's known for their speed.
They're just known for being talented. It must be nice to have the genes of a Manning.
Yeah, and he looked great. He looked untouchable. It was against San Antonio,
Even
right? But
I think the least athletic of all the Mannings was still really freaking good.
yeah, won 2 Super Bowls before his brother did. As we close out the show, you're getting a basketball team, Wes. You're getting a basketball team in Portland.
Portland's getting a WNBA team. It's going to be fun. Seattle Storm versus... Have they announced I don't think they've announced the mascot.
No, just Portland. Portland WNBA team.
Portland Roses.
That's the Thorns is the soccer team, right?
Yeah.
Portland Thorns. So now you want Roses?
I think that's my bet. If I was a gambling man, I'd say Portland Roses.
Okay. Well, it will be fun, and it is good to see that sport expanding, right? The WNBA expanding. It's fantastic. Now's the time. The iron's hot. You're going to get a lot of fans in the stadium when you get teams like Las Vegas Aces coming, when you get Caitlin Clark coming, when you get Seattle going. Like, you will have a lot of fans. Of the year. Yeah, she will be Rookie of the Year. And A'ja Wilson better be the MVP, as she set the points record for the WNBA. And now she took Angel Reese's rebound record away from her. She said, sorry, Rookie. What's that?
A points record for long.
A'ja Wilson?
Yeah, she's not going to have it for long.
Why do you say that you think Caitlin Clark's going to take it someday?
Yeah, she's going to take it.
I don't know, man. A'ja Wilson is the undisputed greatest player in the WNBA right now. And I just don't think it can be argued. I think she and the Aces have a chance for a 3-peat right now, which is incredibly hard. They played the Liberty, but the Liberty could not win that game. But it's
took game one. Liberty took game one.
It is growing pains for the Liberty because that team was brand new, right? It was put together in free agency. Brianna Stewart, Sabrina Ionesco was drafted by them, but they got Courtney Vandersloot. Like the Liberty is a good team, but the Aces are also stacked.
They're gonna
Gray, Plum, A'ja Wilson.
Liberty takes the championship this year.
I want to see the 3-peat because I want to see somebody 3-peat before the Chiefs 3-peat. Aston Villa, congratulations on your championship win. I appreciated watching it from a Greek airport on my phone because my flight was delayed.
They're trying to take and it kept buffering.
No. That one I got to watch. They had like a little game viewing area at the Fred Coffee. So it was good. It was nice. They had a big screen TV set up for Champions League. So that was awesome. I was really grateful for that. Is there anything for us to look forward to as we go into the weekend, Wes?
We got Monday night. That's going to be a fun game. We got Jaden Daniels. We got Joe Burrow. It's going to be fun. 2 great quarterbacks, 2 exciting quarterbacks. I'm looking forward to that game.
Bengals need a win. And we've got a Rose Bowl matchup, don't we?
We do. We got USC Michigan coming up. We got Tennessee Oklahoma coming up. Tennessee looks really good this year. Their defense is stacked.
Tennessee is about to
touch Oklahoma.
Yeah, they're about to put their name up there with the Georgias, with the Texases, I think.
Yeah. And then let's see, USC, is that in USC or is that in Michigan? It's going to be at the Big House.
You said that about you said that about Texas too, and look how that worked out.
USC is going to win though.
I think so too. I think USC is going to win. The Michigan quarterback situation is dire. All right. As always, on that note, thank you for joining us each and every week. We appreciate you, and we will see you next week. Have a great weekend.